Alright, so we're working on this 2002 Chevy Silverado. Needs a new transmission. Just happen to have one laying around. First thing you want to do is disconnect the battery. Preferably before you get it on the lift. Got it on the lift. So, just going to go through it. Next, you're going to want to take the drive shafts out. Rear. This one's a lot longer, so we got that center support there. And it's a 4-wheel drive, so we got the front drive shaft here too. And we got to take those off. The rear drive shaft was a 7/16 size bolt. Might be different on yours, but I'm just throwing out the sizes to help you out. And then don't forget to wrap your, I just got some white electrical tape on here. Wrap your U-joints, otherwise some caps will fall off and the needle bearings will come out, and you gotta pick them all up and put it back in. It's no fun. So just remember, tape that up. Front drive shaft disconnected, taped up. This one looks like it stays into the transfer case. It doesn't seem to pull out, so we're just gonna let it chill there for now. Same size bolts on the front drive shaft. Next step, this is the transfer case connected to transmission. There should be 6 bolts here. I believe those are 15 millimeter. Pull those 6 bolts out. There's 2 that hold it down in here. I already got these 2 out. And then the cross member comes out. And that should take out the transfer case. You kind of got to finagle it because that drive shaft is still hooked up. Alright, core support is out. And those bolts were 13/16. Don't get scared. It's going to drop down a little bit. But it'll catch on this torsion support. So don't get scared. It's going to drop down a little bit, but it'll catch. Also, there are 4 clips that are on there. They came off surprisingly easy. Just peel back the tab, pull it out. But I was cracking the transfer case loose from the transmission, sprung a leak. It doesn't look like this is the first time that this transmission has been worked on, because this one does not look factory. So I'm going to drain the transmission out so we don't spring no more leaks. Should have did that to begin with. You live and you learn. Alright, just took off the wide pipe. The bolts for the wide pipe were 15 millimeter. And I believe those ones are the same. And I just unplugged all the O2 sensors. Alright, then you just take off the 8 bolts and fucking struggle to get it off the pins. It's a good pro tip if you make a little cardboard cutout to see where all your bolts go, so they go back into the right spot. But that's the old transmission. Now we gotta slap the new one in. Sorry if it skipped a few steps, but I got the transfer case out. I highly recommend, if you got a buddy, ask a buddy for some help, because that fucker was heavy. What else did I do here? I took the starter off. There's 2 bolts right there, 15 millimeter. And you got to take this little cap off right here. You could spin this with a screwdriver. There's 3 bolts. Here, I'll show you on this transmission up here. There's 3 nuts, bolts, that are connected to the flywheel. And the easiest way I found out to do that, I took off this little guard right here. That way you can get at that, you can see my socket on there right now. Main crank, and you can rotate that to get your get your bolts line up right up in here, right where the starter is. I got my wrench on there right now, so I'm gonna take those off.